Couple weeks ago I have shown you a bunch of devices that are hidden both in shrines and the overworld. Now due to popular demand and me finally finding enough items that are worth showing, I made a part 2. Again, I have some cool items that can help bring your build to the next level. Now one thing before we start, I didn't mention this in the last video, but apparently many people didn't know this. So all the items I'm gonna mention can be saved either through auto builds, or in the best case they can be fused to a weapon and then later be disconnected at this Goron NPC in Tarrey Town for 20 rupees a piece. Now let's get into it. You all know the basic mirror, but a new one has been found. This one is bigger than the regular one. You find it on the Starview island. If you have been there before, just travel to Mayasiar Shrine. Once you are next to the mirror, just put a stake into the ground and let it connect to the mirror over some distance, so the mirror has to move to attach to the stake. It might not work on the first try, just keep going until it works. One item that is way out of proportion is this incredibly huge stone plate. Due to the size and weight, it would be hard to use it in a vehicle, but use a bunch of them and you can easily walk over any ravine in the game. You find this one in the Mayasiar Shrine. You'll need to stick one of those smaller stones to it to remove it from the middle of the room. Be warned though, if you fuse the plate to a weapon and then unfuse it, it will shrink down to regular stone plate size. So auto build is the way to go. The underdog of unique items definitely goes to this broken log right here. I have so far only found one of those in my hundreds of hours of playing. What I like about it is the slanted part. This one is very handy when you're working diagonally, as glue on flat surfaces holds much better. I found this one reliably spawning right here on the edge of this lake. Let me know if you find it somewhere else. Now the Sleigh isn't really a secret, as the game tells you about it and it already was in Breath of the Wild, but both me and many others just noticed this one recently. The seal Sleigh can be disattached from the seal by shooting the rope and then freely be built with. You can't fuse it, but save it in auto build. I just put some quick builds together that resemble a Sleigh, you get the idea. Many people really like the bones I had shown in the last video. Well, there's 2 more, but these are probably too big to be useful. You find them in Hebra Mountain, but same as with the other bones, you need to start Loon's second quest for this. To start the quest line, just go over here northeast of this stable. But even more important, make sure to save it in auto build when doing the quest. Once the second quest is finished, you will never be able to get these 2 bones again. Now this bowl is also a very notable item. There isn't too many round or curved items, and the Janeway effect on Reddit found this bowl to be the perfect item to create this mech walking mechanism. This entire mechanism consists of 11 parts, which leaves you with 10 parts for the upper body of your own personal war machine. Now of course not all items are useful for engineering vehicles. If you are into roleplay and just cosmetics, check this out. I built my own castle. There's various types of stone ruins and gates in this game. 4 of the ruins you find at Hyrule Castle on the way up to Zelda's study. Either walk over it or touch it with Ultra Hand to trigger it. The unique looking parapet piece is right over here on the edge of the castle. Then we find the big metal door over here, and last but not least, the bookshelf is in the library of course. Then the Zora have some unique looking stone. I got this stone plate on an island on the way to the water temple. I also attached a stone hook to the top. It's supposed to be a leftover of a siege on the castle. Stone hooks can for sure be useful in builds though. And you find them right next to the very first shrine on the Great Sky Island. And to stay on cosmetic items, if you like seals, I have this statue and these cute plushies for you. You find the statue right behind the throne in Goron Town, and the plushies are in the room right above. Then we have these unique looking wood pieces. They are part of tower boats inside Sifu Mim Shrine. Just attach something to the boat and add it to auto build. We have various minecarts in the game. 3 of those behave just the same but have different looks. There's the white one that you find on Sky Islands with rails, for example this one. Then the black one can be found all around Goron City, and this one can be found around the Fire Temple. Then we have this last one with its bomb pocket. You probably remember this from Breath of the Wild. Put any sort of explosive in the back pocket and the cart gets pushed by the explosion. I found one of these right here north of Goron City. There are a couple more Yiga chassis than the Gloom Dredger. I have found 2 more in the depths. This one with a boxed up design can be found up north over here. It offers more protection than the other ones. And this one has these 2 beams and a built-in spike plate at the front. Can be found below the Great Plateau. Sadly I don't have any footage of it, but Impas Basket is also worth saving in auto build. The wood at the bottom never runs out. One of my favorite items to use in sturdier builds is this metal pole. Basically, whenever I build something that weighs a lot or I need something conductive, I swap my wooden planks and poles out for this one. You find it east of Tarrey Town at the construction site, and also many of them between Goron City and the Death Mountain. In my last video I had shown you these metal walls. Well, as I said back then, even bigger ones exist. I found 5 in total so far. You find size 4 in Mayasiar Shrine in the Gerudo Highlands, and size 5 is in Gatani's Shrine. Simply go to Ulria Grotto, go through this cave, and on the other side you will find the shrine. For even more conductive items, we have this mesh block in Turakawak Shrine. These 2 metal plates in Juukom Shrine, and if you're not a fan of the round metal pole, you can swap it out for this square one, which looks nicer and can be found in Turakamik Shrine. Now the next couple items are boss drops, so there is minor side boss spoilers ahead. For example, we have Talos Hearts of 5 different types right here. They are fairly heavy, can upgrade the cosmetics of your build, and one can even be used to make your build glow in the dark. Of course, they're all dropped from their respective Taloses. Up next we have a Queen Gypto wing, which pretty much explains itself. Nothing really unique about it, besides that it kinda looks like a shield. Then we have the Molduga Jaw, which is in my opinion one of the best looking items in the game. The unique curve can come in handy in builds, and looks-wise it can double as legs or teeth. Up next we have two pieces that we get from the Goma boss fight. One of them is this explosive stone. For this you have to wait until he throws it at you in a fight. Then quickly attach something to it before it explodes, and you have it saved in auto build. But as it keeps the explosion effect, its only use is blowing your enemies or yourself up. And the last item is what drops after defeating the Goma, and is called the Goma Leg. While this one is smaller, luckily it doesn't explode, which makes it at least usable in your builds. Another item that highlights how Nintendo doesn't like fun is this bridge piece that you find next to the Pikita Stone Grove Starview Tower. The ones that are attached to the ground have this rope-like feel to them, but all the ones you can use yourself do not. So for now, the search for a non-static item continues. This 3-sided stone slab right here I also like a lot, as it offers 12 different surfaces to attach items to. This comes in very handy in builds where you want to save space. That's it already. Those were a bunch of more items you can use to spice up your builds. I think with this video we have all unique ones with specific uses covered. The remaining items that are left over are mostly cosmetic. I hope you enjoyed the video. Took me quite some time to make, but I'm getting faster with every single video. A new one is coming out soon. Subscribe if you don't want to miss that, and now enjoy your week and until next time.